go ahead and record, and then I'm going to share my screen here. I don't think Patty from the ICANN ROE is with us today. Sometimes when she is, she helps me out in chat. So I notice some familiar faces here in chat with me that's been in some of the other workshops over this course of remote learning. And feel free to, anybody can jump in and answer other people's questions. You can put questions there, but usually during the workshop, it's hard for me to present and then off to the side look at chat as well. If someone sees the multiple people asking the same question, please someone interrupt me and ask that question, and I can talk about that then. So just like many of you, I do miss the interaction, the in-person training, but learn to do this remote learning, and it hasn't been that bad. So hopefully you have been enjoying it both as a teacher and a student as well. So I am recording here, and then I am going to share my screen. Okay, so again, if this is your first Zoom meeting with us, don't panic. We'll help you through maybe some of the troubleshooting here in the beginning. When I'm sharing my screen, it may take up your entire screen. You can exit the full screen, and a couple different ways you can do that. You can hit escape to exit the full screen of me sharing my screen. In the upper right-hand corner, there may be like a square or a rectangle with like 4 lines on the corners. You can click that to exit full screen as well. If there's other ways that you exit full screen, feel free to put that in chat and let us know, because different ways out there to do multiple things, to do the same thing here. Another thing here in chat, I put the link to the slide deck here. Again, if you are just joining us, you might not have received it. All you have to do is copy that link into a new tab. So if I go over here to my personal account and I paste the link here into the URL, the Omnibox in Google Chrome, it will bring up the slide deck. You might hear me reference a slide deck. It's just, I created this in Google Slides for you to have access to after the fact, and for you to have a resource. So if you want to access this after today's workshop, all you will need to do is come up here where it says Add Shortcut to Drive, click on that, and you can then add this to your drive. If you have, within your drive, if you have folders, you can put it in a folder you already want it in. You know, if I want to put it in my Google Workshop folder or Workshop folder. If not, I can come here and go to New Folder and the plus sign and create a new folder and put it in that folder. So that's adding it to my Google Drive. If you don't use Google Drive and that confuses you, or if you use Google Drive and that still confuses you, you can bookmark this. All you have to do is come up here to the star. When you click on the star, that bookmarks it. Right now I have it going to my bookmark bar. Within my bookmarks, if I have folders, I can put it under a certain folder here if I want. I can choose another folder. I can create a folder from here. But right now I'm just going to put it on my bookmarks bar and click done. And you can see here on my bookmark bar, I have this slide deck then I can look at later. You might say, well, Lisa, I can't see my bookmark bar. If you come over here to the right of your Google Chrome profile, there are 3 dots here. Those 3 dots, you can go to bookmarks and show your bookmark bar if your bookmark bar is not being shown. So right now my bookmark bar is hidden. If I want to show it, come over here to the 3 dots and go to bookmarks and go to bookmark bar. Okay, and sometimes you might see me not looking at the camera. I do have 2 monitors here. One monitor is my Zoom screen with the chat on the left-hand side, and then the monitor I am looking at you usually with here on with the camera is the monitor that I am going to be working off most of the time today. All right, so again, if there's any hiccups, if you can't access this slide deck right now, we can get you help after. If you want to put it in chat that you need help, please let us know. I think I have it down that this workshop is only 1 hour, so it's going to go at a faster pace than some of my other workshops. So bear with me if I'm stressing you out at any time. Feel free. Put your questions in chat. Maybe someone else can help us, or I will stay on after to help out, or if need be, we can do a one-on-one call later as well. So today's introduction to Screencastify. And if you look at slide 2 here, I do have a sign-in sheet. Again, if you don't have dual monitors or you're not doing a split screen, you can sign in after today's workshop. It is fine. Just make sure you get signed in so that we can verify that you attended and get you your professional development hours. When you click on the sign-in sheet, so you should be able to click on it. If you've got a split screen, you might not be able to click on it from well, you won't be able to click on it from sharing my screen. But when you click on it twice, once here, and then under here is the link to go to. All it is a Google form. And if you don't, the schools here are alphabetical order, except just threw in the word other here. If you don't see your school listed here, just select other for right now. And then we can make sure we get that taken care of on our end, but that will allow you to sign in and again, verify your attendance for today. So since we're not meeting in person, we don't have that sign-in sheet for you to sign in. We've got it electronically here on this Google form. Again, I do have an evaluation if you have time to fill out at the end. And then also you will get an ISB evaluation, usually within 24 to 96 hours. And then once you fill out that evaluation, then you will get your evidence of completion, and that's what you submit and fill out for your Ellis account. The workshop recording, it probably will be later tonight that I will get it uploaded to YouTube, and you can find it on this YouTube channel. If you're new to this remote learning, I've got some other videos out there that you can watch of different workshops I have conducted since May. When I first started doing these workshops, I wasn't recording them, but that's been a big ask of teachers on the evaluation form that, hey, can you record these? Because you might have some people in the background that you've got to take care of during this time of the workshop as well. So real quick, my name is Lisa Schwartz. This is my 21st year in education. The first 19 years I did spend in the classroom at Quincy Public Schools. I taught 6th through 9th grade and various subjects. Majority of the time I did teach computers and computer science. And I will tell you, I have gotten comfortable not knowing everything about computers and all of these apps and technology. So if you ask questions today, I may not know the answer. I can get the answer for you, or you can see my thought processes or my Google search abilities of trying to find that answer. And one nice thing also learning within, or being within a workshop group like this, it's nice that other people in this workshop might know the answer too. So hopefully you are on your journey of technology integration, that you are becoming more comfortable not knowing everything. It's okay. For me, it's impossible for me to know everything there is about every little tech or app out there. So I've gotten comfortable with not knowing everything, but maybe go to my resources, whether it's the internet or other people, for help. Currently, I am working with the Learning Technology Center as a regional EdTech coordinator. And right now I am working with 10 ROEs in the school districts within those ROEs. And it's in this green area here. And here's how you can get a hold of me if you need to as well. If you haven't heard about the Learning Technology Center, again, here on slide 4 and 5, this goes more in depth about it. We are a program offered by the ISB, We aren't a tech company or anything, or I'm not going to try to sell you anything. So work for the Learning Technology Center here. Okay, so jumping in here to Screencastify, then on slide 6. What is Screencastify? Some of you have maybe even dabbled in it and during this time of remote learning, and some of you may have never heard of it except you saw this workshop being offered. It's just basically a way for you to take a recording of your screen or just you talking and pushing it out, sharing it with students, or putting it to your YouTube channel if you have one, or somehow it's a recording people can come back to and look at later. What's nice about this is students can use this too. It's just not for the teachers. Even in the times that we don't have remote learning, I hope to see many teachers still continue to use Screencastify to have videos that students can access later after the fact. You know, in class, if you're teaching about something and then they go and work on it for homework and they'll think, okay, how did the teacher explain this, or how did the teacher do that problem? If you do a screencast of the problem or you teaching it, then they can go back and access that just to help them with their homework or for them to relearn it. Because just like with today, you may not remember everything I go over today, and you'll have this recording to go back to if you need to, or even, you know, Google it on the internet. If you do remember everything from today, please share your knowledge of how you remember everything, because that is one thing I have learned, that I cannot remember everything. Also with Screencastify, you know, here's some examples. You can show an example of something, demonstrate. Again, you can team teach with yourself. For students, you could have them record presentations or demonstrations, especially, you know, if they're cooking something right now. I know some of the students did a cooking presentation showing their home ec teacher of what they were making during this time of remote learning. They can reflect on their writing and on visuals. So how do you access Screencastify? If you go to screencastify.com, you can click on here to go to that link to learn about it. And then also this link right underneath here talks about the response during this COVID-19 pandemic and the remote learning. So let me just walk you through about Screencastify then. What you would need to do is to add this extension to be able to use. Now, sometimes your school account won't allow you to add extensions. So my suggestion is go over to your personal account and add the extension. You might ask, well, what's an extension? How do I add it? So if I go up here to, I'm in my personal account right now, and I'm in Google. I opened up my Google Chrome web browser, and I clicked on the plus sign to get a new tab. If I go to the Chrome Web Store, that's where I can get Screencastify. And I've got it here on my bookmark bar. But if you don't have it on your bookmark bar, all you have to do is go to chrome.google.com. And then I can type in Screencastify. And it will show me, here's a screen video recorder. If I click on it, this shows me how many users, how many stars people give it out of 5. And I can see reviews here as well. Sometimes I do check that out if I'm looking at new extensions to see, is this something that I want? And then I maybe look at some of the reviews. And then it tells me it works with Google Drive. It does run offline, so it gives me some information here. I've got some tabs here I can learn about it as well. Sometimes there's a video here to watch of it. And then if I keep scrolling down, I can see an overview of Screencastify. So Screencastify does have a free version and a paid version. Right now, during this time of remote learning, Screencastify did push out the paid version for free until June 30th. So if you haven't tried this and you want to try the difference between the free and the paid, this would be a good time to try it for free. If you do try it out and do the free version after June 30th, I think they give you 3 days of the premium version for free to see if you like it or not. But I do have on another slide deck, I do have the difference between the free and the paid version, or on another slide in the slide deck. But right here, it just shows that one big thing is you get 5 minutes of recordings for each Screencastify if you're using the free version. And sometimes with videos, when you're doing screencast, whether it's the students talking about their learning or you're having, explaining something, sometimes the shorter the video, if you can get your point across within 5 minutes is better. It might be more apt for students to look at it. Because if you think about it, if you go out there to YouTube or you go out and Google if you want to learn about something, sometimes which videos do you choose? Do you choose a video that you can learn about it maybe in 2 minutes rather than a video that you can learn about it in 12 minutes? Again, it might be what you want to get out of it, but what I have found, the shorter the video, the better as far as, maybe chunking your material and having the kids, what you want the kids to learn. So this just goes over some other tidbits of what Screencastify is. So if after looking at all of this, I want to add it to my Chrome, all I have to do is hit add to Chrome, and then it will, I add it to Chrome. I'll go ahead and see if I can add it and that it won't slow me down. Usually when you add extensions, it's going to say, hey, it needs to control, or it needs to connect to your Google Drive. You have to give it permission. So right here, it's telling you what Screencastify can do. So if you like that, then you hit add extension. And then it's checking, and then it's going to add up here. And this is where you'll find your extensions to the right of the Omni box here. While that is uploading here, I'm going to switch back here to my work account. Also, this link right here, this talks about the response during COVID-19, and again, some facts out there, some information of how they've helped during this time of remote learning. Again, why might someone use Screencastify? Feel free, this video was okay. It just switched back to my personal account. It added it to my personal account here, telling me it's been added. So it's up there now. Sorry about that. This video just came off of where I just showed you on Screencastify on the chrome.google.com on the Chrome web store, that you can take a look at it if you would like to. I think it's just a couple minutes long, but I am going to get into the extension Screencastify and show you how it works. But you'll have the slide deck to reference to go back to even after the workshop today. So to get started here on slide 9, when I am in Screencastify, what I can do, I can capture just a tab on my screen. I can do the whole screen. I can do webcam only. So if I don't want to show anything on my screen, but I want to do a reflection, I can just have it record me. Can I use other apps out there? You can, but just wanted to let you know Screencastify allows you to do that as well. And then again, you'll want to make sure on the back end, you've got your microphone enabled and your webcam enabled as well. If you're using a device from school where they have turned off the camera for some reason, you'll have to use a different, maybe your own personal device to try this out. And then one other thing here before I get into Screencastify to show you, I've got here on slide 10, the annotation tools that are built into Screencastify as well. So How do I start Screencastify? So I showed you how to add it to your Chrome extensions here. I already had it here, so that's why I went to my personal account. If I just come up here and click on the Screencastify extension, then it brings up this box here that I've got the Screencastify Unlimited, and I've got choices. So again, if I want to just show one of my browser tabs and to do a screencast of, I can click on Browser tab, and it will only show the browser tab that I have that I am clicked on here. If I want my desktop to be shown, that means I can switch back and forth to my different tabs. I will want to make sure I click on Desktop. Now, if I choose Browser tab or Desktop, I can do click on Embed Webcam. What that will do, kind of like what you're seeing today, that I shared my screen and you see me in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Same thing with the screencast. It will show you in a small window with your webcam on, and it'll show the rest of your screen. So then if I want my microphone on, it shows, you know, my microphone is working here. I've got my default, but again, if you have any problems with this, even go into your settings to take a look at your settings to make sure that you've enabled your microphone. Again, the webcam, if I click on that down arrow, I have two different cameras on this computer because I have two different monitors. So I just want to make sure that I'm using the one that I want, if I want my webcam or the built-in one that's in my computer. So you might just have to switch it between that. Then right here, show more options. Right now, I've got a countdown 3 seconds. If I don't want that on, I can turn that off or I can increase it. What that does is it lets me know, hey, when it's going to start recording. And then I also have the drawing tools shown. If I don't want these drawing tools right here to be shown, I can turn those off. But I like those on so that I can manipulate if I need to manipulate on my screen. So right now I'll go ahead and put desktop. I've embedded my webcam and I will start recording. And so then it pops up, since I have two different monitors here, you can see one monitor are the people in the workshop here. I've got my Zoom screen here, and my other monitor is what you're seeing right here. So I'll share that, and I click on share. And then I've got my countdown there. Not only does it you know, use the sound, but then it shows me 3, 2, 1 on the screen as well. And then right now I am recording my screen. I embedded my webcam as well, but I don't see that. Sometimes, oh, it's on this other screen here. Since I'm using Zoom here as well. But usually my webcam will show up over here. I can see if I can get it, if I can move it. There we go. So this is what you would actually see then. I've got my webcam here. Can I move it around my screen? I can put it in a different place. You can see it's pulling my camera from my computer because I didn't switch it. But I could have switched it to this webcam that I'm using right now for you guys. And then again, it's recording. How do I know it's recording? Right up here, do you see that red dot? That red dot lets me know it's recording. And you know, I can explain something, share my screen if I want to share directions on how to do something. Again, I can use the annotation tools down here to do so as well. So if I come down here with these annotation tools, if I click on the pointer here, this mouse pointer, what I can do here, and there's a little bit of lag, my apologies here. I can focus my mouse. So what that does, it allows me to focus my mouse to maybe point out some directions or some things to you that I want you to know. If I go down here, I can hide my cursor when it's moved. So if I click on that, you don't see my cursor when I move it. And I might not be able to show this with. And then here, I can highlight clicks. I can click on that so that it highlights the clicks. When I click on something, it'll highlight that then to show, again, the students, or if I need to explain something. If I need to pause my recording at any time, I can just click on pause and it pauses my recording. And then when I'm ready to resume, just click on that to hit resume. Right here, I do have the option of the pen. I can change the color if I want, and then this just lets me write on here if I need to. So if I needed to write or explain something on whether it's Google Slides or whatever I have on my screen that I'm sharing, I can write on that. Again, here I've got the eraser option. So if I want to erase that, do you see it's not erasing my background or anything else? It's just erasing what I just wrote. And then here, you know, if for some reason I didn't embed the webcam in the beginning, I can click on that to embed the webcam if I want to. So even if you don't want the webcam embedded all the time, you can choose to embed it at different times. So another option here, I've got wipe screen clean. So if I do that, it just clears the whole screen as well. So my suggestion on getting comfortable with some of these tools here is play around with it. I know in the beginning, sometimes we think our screencast and our recordings have to be perfect. Hopefully you'll get used to it, that the more you use the screencast, that it doesn't need to be perfect. And then also, especially if your students see that you maybe make mistakes on some of the screencasts or yours aren't perfect, that they won't be so afraid to use the Screencastify as well to create screencasts of explaining their work, or you know, even some of the students can explain their work for like an exit ticket for them to turn into you. But then also students could explain their work and their thought processes to maybe share with other students. So again, I've been working with some students and teachers that they're not used to seeing themselves on the webcam. So again, you could turn that off if that's not something that you want to have on there. You can also, you know, like I just showed you, you can embed it at different times, or, you know, only part of the screencast and not all of it. And then once you've done this, so let me go ahead and stop this, or I'll go ahead and pause it right now. Right down here, when I pause it here, I can end the recording as well, or I can restart the recording here, but I'll go ahead and end the recording. And so what happens here, then it shows, it go ahead and starts replaying. If you don't want it to replay, you can just pause it. So it shows that this recording was 5 minutes and 23 seconds. If I want to go ahead and listen to it, I can click unmute and hear it replay and watch it. Right now, it's saving to my Google Drive automatically, because on the back end, as soon as you create Screencastify, you add this extension to your, or you add Screencastify to your extensions. On the back end, it creates a folder in your Google Drive. And so that it will put all of your recordings in this folder in your Google Drive. So that's one less thing you have to organize. And one less thing you have to create. And I will tell you, you know, with this remote learning over the last couple of months, I have seen immense changes in some of these technology apps out there. So it's with these apps, they are always changing. And so that's why sometimes it's hard to stay on top of all of the new little things that they push out to you. So right now it's saving to my drive. So some of the things I could do while it's saving to my drive. Right up here where it says Untitled, I can give it a name. My suggestion, give it a name so that if you are making lots of these, you'll know what screencast it is. So if I'm just going to put down example, and I'm just going to leave today's date and the time that I created it. So then if I don't want to keep this, I can easily go back in and delete it. Right here, as you can see, I've got the I for video detail. So if you have used Google before, some of these things are very similar to some of the other Google apps out there, even though Google didn't create this. Screencastify is its own company. Also, I can, if I decide I don't want this, I can delete this right from here. So it's still saving to my drive, but while it's saving, what I could do, I could get the shareable link. So if I click on shareable link, I've got this link. I can push it out anywhere I would like to share this link. If I come down here to more options, right now I've got it, it's unlisted. People who have the link to the video can view it. If I click on that arrow, kind of very similar to Google, I can make it private, make it public, or only public or unlisted within my Google domain, within usually your school district. So again, a lot of different choices here if you want to make it private or public or unlisted. So right now I'm just going to keep it unlisted. People who have the link to the video can view it. So then what I can do now, I can view it on my drive. What this does, it just opens up a new tab and it shows me my Google Drive. So it's saying the file I requested doesn't exist yet because it is still downloading. So we'll come back to that here in a second. And then what's nice about this is if you use Google Classroom or use some of these other apps over here, all you have to do is push it out to that app. So I will tell you, these three are brand new. I haven't played around with Edpuzzle, Wakelet, or Remind. I know the apps, I've used them, but I haven't shared my screencast links to those three apps. Because again, that's fairly new. I want to say within the last month that Screencastify added that in there. What I've usually used with Screencastify always in the past, I've shared it to my classroom and I've published to YouTube. So if you know you want this on your YouTube channel or in your classroom, all you have to do is click on Share to Classroom. And I don't know if it'll let me share it before it's saved to my Google Drive. Yeah, it's available when Google Drive upload completes. So I'll show that in a minute then. But then if I come down here, I can add more share options. Again, if you don't see Edpuzzle, Wakelet, or Remind on yours, you'll have to come here and turn them on. So if I turn them off, this is taking me to all of my recordings here. If I turn them off, do you see I don't have them listed here anymore? So again, if you want those listed, if you do use Edpuzzle or Wakelet, you want to go to the more options here and turn them back on. But if you don't use them, you can keep them off, that's fine. And then so when I turn them back on, then they show up there. Okay, so it is done with downloading to my Google Drive. So then I should be able to share to Classroom. And then it's asking, so it brings me to my classroom, Google Classroom, and it's saying, which class do I want to share it with? I'll go ahead and share it with this class right here. And then choose action. Do I want to create an assignment based off of the screencast, make an announcement, ask a question, or just create material? And if you're familiar with Google Classroom and creating an assignment, it just brings you to the assignment page. So it skips a few steps. It saves you some clicks to click on to get to your Google Classroom. Here, it puts the video right in there for me. It's the title of the video. If I don't want the title of the video there, I can change that and put whatever title I want. If it's a title of the assignment, if this was just going to be an additional, material for them to look at, then of course I would probably want to change the title here. I can put instructions here. Can I add other documents here? I should be able to here. For right now, if I put students can view file, if I want to have them edit the file or make a copy for each student. With this video, I just want students to view the file. And maybe I'm wrong. I thought we could add other things to this assignment. I don't know. We'll check it out here in a second. So again, right over here, I can add the points that I want. I can put the due date and the time that I want it to be due right here. And then again, I put it to Google 101 class. Can I add it to other classes? I can. And then again, I can assign it out there right now. Now, for anyone who's familiar and used Google Classroom, do you see how this color is a different color than when I am in my Google Classroom? I think usually in Google Classroom it's blue. I'm still in my Google Classroom as far as assigning it, but I'm assigning it through Screencastify. So let me just go ahead and hit assign, and then it's saying you have posted to your class. Do I want to view it? Yeah, I'll go ahead and view it. Okay, so here's my Google Classroom, and it is showing, hey, the teacher posted a new assignment. Here's the title. If I go to classwork, I didn't put it under a topic, so it's just right here at the beginning. And if I want to go to edit, here's where I can add. So when I was on the Screencastify and pushing out my video, if I want to add other things to it, I have to go into my classroom. I can't add it from the Screencastify window when they link to my Google Drive or my Google Classroom. So I do have to then view it in Google Classroom and then go and add any other materials or create any other materials right here from the assignment page. So again, if for some reason I didn't embed the webcam in the beginning. All right, so there it was replaying it. Now, if for some reason I need to go and edit this video, I can. If I open an editor, here's one way I can open the video in editor if I still have it up. If not, I can always open it in editor for my Google Drive. And here I can crop it, I can trim it. My suggestion with this, play around with the video that you don't mind messing up first and see what you can do. You can even, cut parts of the middle out if you don't want parts in there. I can even add text here. I can write something so something shows up at a certain time if I would like to. And then when I write something again, I've got some options. I can change the formatting, change the font and font size, center it, and then change the font, and I can put that there. So let me just put example here. So then it shows me right down here where I've got some text on my screen. Again, I can zoom in and out here. I can even add two screencasts together if I would like to. I can put them together by coming over here to add a clip. I can come up here, I can even export this when I'm ready. I can export it to my Google Drive if I've made changes, or even as an MP4 file. And also right here with Editor, again, kind of like within Google Classroom, you know, you have the 3 lines here. I've got 3 lines. I can do a new project from here. I can go here to look at my recordings, feedback, or even switch accounts from here. So I could go to my recordings right here. It brings up my all of my screencast recordings here in Screencastify. If I want to see all of these on my in my Google Drive, all I would have to do is go over here to my Google Drive. I always pin my Google Drive to the upper left hand. When I pin the Google Drive, it goes in my upper left hand corner. I use my Google Drive, I reference it, go to it several times a day, so I pin it so I don't accidentally close it. So I can come up here to my Google Drive and go to Screencastify. Again, I did not create this folder in here. When I added the extension to Google Chrome, it created the Screencastify folder on the back end. So you can see all of my screencasts that I have here. And one other thing I did with this folder then, I created it to share it. So anyone with the link can view these files in this shareable folder. So how did I do that? So a couple different ways, but here when I'm in my drive, do you see how Screencastify has a person in it? I just right-clicked on it and I hit get shareable link. And when I did the sharing of it, I put anyone with the link can view the videos or the screencast in the folder. So if I wanted to share the entire folder with someone, I could copy the link and then they could have access to all of those videos or all of the screencast. So again, this may seem like a lot here in the beginning, but the more you interact with it, hopefully the better you will get at it. And the biggest thing to remember, do you have to know everything about some of these apps or extensions before you use them with students? You don't. Sometimes even with some of your assignments, you could give your students choice and maybe you can learn from them on some of the extensions or apps that they use to do some of their assignments as well. So here on slide 11, let me go back to the slide deck. Same thing with sharing the classroom. We've got published to YouTube. You know, you push out and put it on your YouTube channel if you have one. Do you have to put it out there? No, because it's saved in your Google Drive, all of your screencasts. But if you do reference, you know, have a YouTube channel and you have your students go there, you can put all of your screencasts on your YouTube channel as well. Slide 12, I just showed you about sharing. You know, I turned my sharing on to anyone with the link. And then if you look here at slide 13, I don't know if you've heard the term app smash before. And what app smashing is basically these different apps coming together and working together, playing nicely together, I guess. So right now, we're seeing Screencastify here more recently. They are integrating with Edpuzzle, Wakelet, and Remind so that you can, you know, do a screencast, push it out, and you can even add it to Edpuzzle. And again, if you're not familiar with Edpuzzle, you can go learn about it, where you can maybe put questions within your screencast using Edpuzzle that the students can answer. Again, Wakelet and Remind are 2 other apps out there that it works well together. So do they work with some of the other apps that aren't listed here? They do, but what's nice about this is on the back end, it saves you some clicks from, you know, incorporating them into other apps. On slide 14 here, I've got a lot of different resources here that you can learn more about Screencastify, but right here, here's the free version and the unlimited version. The biggest thing with between free and unlimited is the amounts of minutes your videos can be. So again, you can try the unlimited version for free until June 30th. And after that, then it's $49 per person per year. I do believe, again, I don't work for Screencastify, but I do believe that they might have, you know, if you get subscriptions for all of your staff at your school, that they might have a different pricing schedule there as well. You can, again, if you go out to Screencastify, there's webinars that they have out there to, you know, go in, you know, more deep about Screencastify. You can also become a Screencastify, what is it called? Let me, whoops, click on this link here. Master the Screencast. They also have one, I think this is for the students, but they have one for teachers as well. So you can become a certified Screencastifier. This could be, I think this one's for the students. I could be wrong. But I know there's one for teachers and one for students. So if you look around here, it will show you the difference. I'm just not on the right link here. But no, that's out there. And then, you know, here's more keyboard shortcuts, classroom resources. Some of you, here's information about the privacy of Screencastify. Again, here's another link about cost. And then I've also included a link here of a coworker. He created an Ignite Creativity book, and he does talk about Screencastify in there as well. Here on lesson or slide 15, here's some other lesson ideas. Here's, again, I put the classroom resources link here, and here's 25 ways to use Screencastify with Google Apps out there. So if you are trying to think of ways how you can incorporate this into your classroom, even when we're back face-to-face with the students, here's some good examples that will hopefully help you with your teaching. Before I move on to Screencastify Submit, is there any questions about Screencastify? Or have they all been answered in chat? Okay. I saw someone ask, how do you put two screencasts together? So when I'm in my screencast editor, if I come down here to the plus, I can add a clip and I can add it from my Google Drive, or I can upload it. So if I go to my Google Drive, I can pull in another screencast that I have. So if I already have some video right here, I'll pull from here real quick. Then I can just pull in a video from here and select it, and then I can add it as a clip. I can put it wherever I want, in the middle, the end, or the beginning. I'm not going to take time to show that because I think that will slow down my internet here. So, but great question. If you want, I can maybe walk you through that at the end as well. Okay, something new again that Screencastify has been working on is called Screencastify Submit. And it's in beta. Anytime you see something in beta, that means they're testing it out. They haven't pushed it all out for anyone to use. They allow people to sign up to test out the beta if you would like to. what it allows is students can record and submit videos to you through a link. And again, you can push this out to Google Classroom. You don't need the Chrome extension. And again, it's ideas to use for Screencastify submits. You can click on this link. And if you click here to sign up to test it out, you can click here to sign up for it. And to test it now, they are giving people request early access. You just click here, test it out now. And this explains what submit is. So I think I have one in my Google Classroom here. So what I did, I sent out a reflection for the kids to do. So what have you learned about yourself as a learner during this time of remote learning? So, and then what I did, I put more questions to help you answer the above question to kind of jog their memory and for them to do a screencast. For this screencast though, anytime they're doing reflection, I ask that they just show their webcam. They don't have to show their screen. And so right here, I put here are some more questions to help you with your answer and to hopefully jog their memory. And they were just supposed to do a quick, 1 to 3 minute screencast using just their mic and their webcam to explain what they have learned about themselves as a learner during this time of remote learning. And then all they have to do, make sure to turn mic and webcam on and then go through this and then submit it right here through Google Classroom. So they didn't even need to use this extension up there. So some of you who are worried about, hey, my school district won't allow me to add extensions, the workaround right now is using Screencastify Submit. It's only in the testing mode. Hopefully by fall, they will have the kinks worked out and they'll push it out to everyone. Again, right now it's free until June 30th, and they say there will be a free version and a paid version. So what can you do with Screencastify Submit? Again, create an assignment, and then you can push it out through Google Classroom. You decide if you want a webcam only or screen only. So webcam only, I again use if there's reflection, if they don't need to show things. I said you could push it out through Google Classroom, or there's other other learning management systems out there that you can push it out through. Again, all videos are saved in Google Drive. If you go back to my Google Drive, I've got a folder called Screencastify Submit, and all of the videos then are saved there. Again, when you do a Screencastify Submit, you configure your settings, you name the assignment. So here was the title and the instructions. That's where I put more questions. And then right here, it says your assignment is live. All videos for this assignment will be saved in this folder in your Google Drive. And then I can push it out through Google Classroom, and then I can preview it here as well. If you do want to get the premium version for free right now, if you go to Screencastify and you go up to your account in the top right-hand corner, where it says subscribe now, you can put in the code CAST and then _COVID. If you go to my subscription, and then it says I have 1 active license. I have it until June 30th. So if I didn't have that, there would be a place to put in the code. So if I go back here to my personal account, I can show you maybe from there. No, I've got to go and set it up here with Google as well. So, but it should be, where I went to my account and my subscription, that's where I put in the code that I have there on that slide. If you don't like Screencastify, there are, or if you're asking yourself, are there other screencasting tools out there? There are. Here's some other ones that are listed here. Some people are using Google Meet to record some of their lessons and push out to the students. That is perfectly fine. Especially for, again, if you don't have access to add these extensions to your school account. But again, some school districts will listen to you and see, on the back end, what's the privacy for screencasting, for Screencastify, to see what kind of data they collect of students. But again, Screencastify does, if I have it on a different page here, their privacy, and then you can go to the frequently asked questions as well. But they do cover, I think, FERPA, COPA, and HIPAA, or not HIPAA, this one. So I always call it SOPA, but I don't know what that I stands for. So again, you can look at all of the privacy, looking at those links right there on slide 14. So, if this is something that interests you, I hope that you click on some of these other links to continue your learning. And here on slide 22, don't be hard on yourself. There's so much out there to learn, but I'll leave you with Maya Angelou's quote: "I did then what I knew how to do. Now that I know better, I do better." So hopefully learning about Screencastify or some of these other apps, that you can incorporate different things in your lesson, or your students can give it a try, even though you might not know everything there is to know about Screencastify. On slide 23 here, I've got an evaluation. You'll take time to fill that out, and then you will also get, I think that's about 3 questions here, and then you will also get the ISB evaluation. Look for 24 to 96 hours from today. If by the end of the week you don't receive it, feel free to reach out to me and send me an email. But I appreciate your time. I will stay on to answer any questions if you have any, but feel free to go when you would like. I like to have more interaction with you throughout the training, but during this time of remote learning and with the time frame that I have, I didn't take questions here. So I appreciate people who ask questions in chat and helped answer those, but feel free, if you have questions, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask away.
Hi, this is Jeannie. I was just wondering, I checked in my Google Drive and I don't see a folder for Screencastify. I was wondering, will I not see that until I actually make a recording?
Did you just add the Screencastify extension to your extensions?
Yes.
Okay, so then do you see my screen? Did you sign in with Google already?
Yes.
So I was thinking it created it as soon as you did that. Could you refresh your drive and see if it's there now?
I did that too.
Oh, you did that too? Okay. Does anybody else know, or did anybody else try this? Do you see the Screencastify folder? I was thinking it came up right away. So, but maybe not. I'll try it right now here. Great question. You see, it comes once I do this, it lets me know that I have to give them permission. So maybe it isn't until I've created my first one, but we'll try it here. If anybody else added the extension, if you want to unmute yourself and let us know. So here I've added it. Let me, whoops, go to my drive. Yeah, it's not showing up in mine either. So maybe it's when I first do my first recording then.
Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah, great question, Jeannie. If it doesn't, let me know. I can maybe see if there's other things we can troubleshoot. But as you saw, I just walked through the same process here on my personal account, and it's not there either.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for asking. And say if anybody has questions you want to ask of other people that's still in our workshop here, feel free. All right. Anybody have any other questions or comments?
Hi, Lisa. This is Cheryl.
Yeah, hi.
How do you add your slideshow to our own drive again?
Yeah, great question. Let me go ahead and share my screen again and show you. Okay, so to add it to your drive, I'm at, if I have the Google Workshop slide deck here, if I come up here and click on the triangle and the plus sign, I can add the shortcut to my drive right from here. So I know if you're just seeing my screen right now, you can't do it, but if you've got a split screen or two monitors, you could do it and just click add shortcut to drive. And then you can put it in your drive or click this arrow here and you can put it in a folder. If you already have a folder created, you can click on that or you can create a new folder from here. So I'll stop sharing my screen and I'll give you a moment if you want to try, or if you are working on it later and it's still not working, feel free to let me know and I can have you share your screen so I can walk you through it that way as well.